I want to start by thanking all of you who are American patriots, all of you who provided services to our country, either as federal employees or supporting partners. And what happened to you is illegal and inexcusable. And I want you to know that we are going to keep fighting for your rights in the courts, in the Congress, and in communities all over the country. And as all of you say, you have been treated unjustly, but the biggest losers here are the American people who no longer have the benefit of the services you provide. And people in this room and others across the federal government are doing the work of our government every single day. And I'm just looking at some of the signs, whether it's FDA, NIH, EPA, all of the different federal agencies that work every day on behalf of the American public. And so here we are 100 days in to the Trump administration. And I hate to say it, but the majority of Americans get it, and we're seeing it, that this president is failing the country entirely. He is tearing up the Constitution. He's tearing down our economy, and he's tearing apart the government. And Elon Musk's operation, and you know this very well, has nothing to do with government efficiency, right? He's taking a chainsaw to different federal departments. And if you're about federal government efficiency, you don't begin by firing all the inspector generals in every department whose job it is to look out for waste or abuse. But that's what they did. And so what he's really doing here is taking that chainsaw to services that benefit every American in order to rig a government to serve people like him and billionaires. I mean, one example, of course, is just taking down the CFPB, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, right? That's a bureau that's returned billions of dollars to Americans who were cheated out of their money by fraudsters. And they provide a very important public service, as do other agencies. But what Elon Musk did was targeted the CFPB, among others, because in the process of helping millions of American consumers, they made some powerful enemies, people who were cheating the American people. And so that's just one example of what their real goal is. And then, to add insult to injury, what they're talking about doing is trying to use some of that savings from getting rid of services that help everybody to in part pay for tax cuts for the very rich and big corporations like Elon Musk. That's what they're planning to try to do with some of those savings as we speak. And so this is a great betrayal of the country. You are the real patriots, all of you here, and the American people should not have to lose the important services that you provide while Elon Musk takes a chainsaw to the government in order to better serve people like him. And so we are going to keep fighting. I want you to know that. We will not be silent, as the T-shirt right there says. And we're going to make sure that the American people get the benefit of the work that you all provided. And so that's why we are fighting, as I said, in the courts, in the Congress. We need some of our Republican colleagues to step up. They seem to know no bottom, unfortunately, in terms of just being a rubber stamp for President Trump. But we're going to continue to work on that front. And then finally, in communities across the country, because that's what's happening. It's because of Americans who recognize that their services are being eliminated in order to better serve people like Elon Musk and provide tax cuts to billionaires, that has really sort of awakened the country at this moment. And so 100 days in, it's pretty clear. People across the country, including many who voted for Donald Trump, see that he is not there to serve them. He's there to serve people like Elon Musk. And when he talked about a great golden age for America, he didn't mean all of the people in this country. He meant the billionaires who were actually sitting behind him on that inauguration day. So please stay the course. We're going to keep fighting because your fight is the just fight, and it's a fight on behalf of all of the American people. So thank you for being here, and we're with you, and I'm confident that as Americans across the country continue to rally, we will prevail, that justice will prevail, and the services that you provide will be restored. So thank all of you very much for what you're doing here, okay?